Hi everybody and welcome to the first day of Mr. Green. Mr. Green, the sequel. Now, for those of you that weren't with me in January, we did this exact book. We altered this book, not this exact one, the same as this one. The exact one is now languishing in America. But I've got the same book as I used then. It's called Technical Drawing by Mr. Green, and I've altered it so that I'm actually left with 30 sides. One side for every day of September. What else we've done is we've prepared a prompt list. Now if you go onto the group, the Junk Journal and Mini Albums group, which is my group, Terry has kindly typed this all up for you, and it's there in the photographs if you want to print it out, so you'll have a nice typewritten copy of this. Now then, we also have the designers, and I've altered this slightly since yesterday. Number 6, we had just Tracy Fox. Now I've extended that to include Artie Mays as well. The two actually go hand in hand. They've done quite a lot of collabs together. And Wildcard, just in case of desperation, because you never know, and that's my way out should that occur. But yesterday I rolled the dice to see which designer we would be using, and it landed on 3, which is Wonders by Wink, which is our lovely very own Keong Shotwell. So that's whose papers we will be using today. Now by the side of Keong I've put a little mark, a tally mark, because there's 6 here. 6 times 5 is 30. Yeah, let's say
maths lessons already.
Maths lessons. So we can't use any designer more than 5 times. And the other thing, similar to the roller prompt that I did last month, we can't have the same designer on consecutive days. So tomorrow, for example, we can't have Wonders by Wink. If I roll a 3, I'll have to roll it again. Is everybody with me so far? And if I roll a 6, I get to decide whether it's Tracy Fox, Artie Mays or a wild card, and then I get to choose which prompt we're doing. So yesterday I told you that I would be using the freebie that Keong put in our group, which is this, and it's beautiful, and I'm very grateful to you, Keong, as I'm sure loads of, well, everybody in the group is. It's just a beautiful page. So that's a freebie, so that's not going to cost anybody anything. And I get to choose the prompt, but I gave you a very big hint yesterday. I really did. And the hint that I gave you, and indeed, let's see if I can find a pen here. Yeah, here we go. I said that how nicely this would go with Shabby Chic. I mean, what more can I tell you? I told you the answer to what we're using as a prompt. So the January one that we did, the first page was Shabby Chic, and I liked it because every time I opened the book I saw the Shabby Chic page and it was pretty and it made me feel nice. So Shabby Chic it is. So that has now gone. Okay, we might do another page where it looks, it's Shabby Chic influenced, but it will also be using one of these other prompts. So we're ready. I think we're ready to start. Yay! So, Mr. Green, hello, my old friend. Right, this is our first page. I have got these couple of pages here. I'll probably end up sticking them together and just putting paper on them or something. I couldn't tear them out, otherwise I'd have had too few pages. So what I've done is, let's kick this off, shall we? Is I've taken Keong's, this is A4, but she does it in, there is a version of it in letter on the group as well, so download the right one. I downloaded the A4 and I printed it borderless on my printer, which you can see is like way too big for Mr. Green. So I scaled it down to this size, and really it's just a case of well, what I did was put it into Word and then got the right measurements, but you can, when it says fill entire page, scale to fit or whatever, you can just put in there what you think. I mean, I think that's probably about 60% or something of the original. Try that, see what happens. But this is mine, and it fits there nicely, and it leaves just a border of Mr. Green all the way around, which I quite like. And all I've done is printed it, cut it out, cut the white margin off around it, and I've literally just inked around the edge with my dauber and with my vintage photo distress ink. Now, I haven't really gone onto the paper much. It is just the edge, because I just wanted you to be able to see it, well, everybody to be able to see it when it's on the page. There's a border to it. So really, I don't think there's anything stopping us gluing that down. Oh my goodness, we're altering Mr. Green. We're getting with the programme. It's exciting, isn't it? I think it's exciting. I've been excited all day today, waiting for this moment. Let's hope I don't muck up, eh? Oh dear. Well, the thing about doing lives, guys, is that it's quite likely at some stage that I will muck up. And you can all laugh because it's funny when it happens, apart from to me. But then we see how we can get out of it. And that's the clever bit. So I'm just going to sort of centralise this on the page like that. I'm happy with that. It's so pretty, this Keong. It really, really is. And it's our very first page. I'm thrilled that it's your paper. So there we are. If you get any splurges out the side of Floral, it's very easy. Bit of friction from your finger and it just picks it up like it never happened. So there we are. Okay, I've altered that page. It's shabby chic. I'll see you tomorrow. No. So what I've done again is I've shrunk this size down again. You can see it's considerably smaller. And this I have backed onto a piece of Amazon packaging. So it's quite sturdy. And this is going to go there and be a pocket. That's what it's going to be eventually. But first off, I want to put some things behind it. Now if I just stick that onto the page like that by 3 sides, this is where it's going to open. There will be no flexibility at all to get a tag in there. You know, I could put gussets on the back. I have another idea though. So what I'm going to do is build it up, build the back up. You could use dimensional tape if you wanted to, definitely you could. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to come in from the edge because there's something else I want to do at the edge. Ooh, it's all building up. Let me just write on it which side I don't want this on. So I'm going to put no. Because I know me, I would end up with it all on all the sides. Mr. F's looking quizzical. What's the matter?
If you turn it up the other way, I'll say on.
On? No, don't any of that. So I'm just, this is just grey board. I think you call it chipboard in the States. Just grey board. And I'm just going to bring that in, I don't know, I'll say 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And I'm going to mark that there, across there. I want 2 pieces that size. It doesn't matter how exact this is, you know, don't beat yourself up about exactness here. And I want actually 2 because I'm going to build it up quite a way. It's going to be that thick to allow me to get a tag in. So let's see if I can cut this straight. I know it's 3/8 of an inch this is. Oh yes. Yeah, it's 3/8 of an inch wide in case you are following on, and I'll tell you the size of that in a minute. Right, so I'll glue these on first. Yeah, this piece measures 6 inches by 4 1/4. 6 by 4 1/4. What's everybody got to say? Tommy's going to the naughty step already. What has she done?
She's going for the biscuits.
She's
She's done nothing wrong. That's the problem.
You can't go if you haven't done anything wrong. You can't just willy-nilly over to the naughty step. Right, so what I'm going to do is glue 2 of these together first and then glue them to the thingy. That's quite a lot of glue there. That should stick for Britain or America. So I'm just putting one on top of the other, and it is going to be a bit of a gluey mess at the moment, but it'll dry. And do the same one with this. I'm so glad that so many of you could join me. I appreciate it's a work day, and you know, there'll be lots of the group that can't join because they're working, which is a shame. But you know, I'll be doing this at the weekend too, and we'll get hopefully our full complement of our group. Right, so I think that's probably dry enough to stick on. So I'm sticking it there. That's fine. That's great. I'm actually going to put the glue on the grey board, because at least it's straight, and I know if I put the glue on the other way around it won't be. So let's turn that over, get that right on the edge, 1/4 inch in ish. It's not, you know, I haven't measured it, something like that. Press that down. Lovely. Do the same with the other side. This is just buying us enough room to get a tag in. And it's also lifting this piece off the background, so it's giving us a bit of 3D-ness, which is quite nice. Same with this. Line it up there. Bring it in a little bit, like that.
Other end.
Other end? Oh yeah, other end. Oh, thanks, Mr. F. Good job you're on the ball, isn't it? Let's just wipe that out. Oh, and I really need a clean Timmy towel. This is disgusting. You'd think that I would have started with a clean Timmy towel, but no. Just going to rub that glue away that I don't want there. And now I want to put obviously a piece in between, so I'm just going to take the measurement off the 2 pieces that are in there already, and I want 2 again, so line them up, chop them off, and hopefully they will fit. Let's have a look and see. No, they're just a touch on the long side. But that's okay. We can always cut some more. Let's see what that's. I'd say that's pretty near perfect. Let's stick those together then. It's funny when you haven't done a live for a while, it feels strange. And yet, you know, when I do lives all the time, I'm so used to it, I don't even think to get nervous or anything. When it says nervous, I might, yeah, slightly, but excited probably. So that I'm just going to put into there, like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, you've got a tough act to follow.
Well, yeah, the last live that was done was, of course, the fabulous Mr. F with his Tyvek, which a lot of you liked. It's the most popular stream we've put out for ages, so you obviously prefer Mr. F to me. So I'm hurt. I'm obviously, oh goodness me, what God. I'm obviously hurt by that, but I'll get over it. Right, so there we are. We've built up our oh, where's my bin gone? Gone away. Kitty Cat, or Catkin, as he's officially known, is turning into a cat. He's still a kitten. He still dives after things and does that stupid sideways motion, etc., etc. But so far, he's got a playpen, a massive playpen. It's 4 foot diameter, which he has his dinner in and his litter tray, and it's where he goes to sleep. But when he wakes up, he comes out, and so far we've only let him in this room so we can actually keep an eye on him and make sure that he's not, up to trouble, really. But this morning we decided we'd open the door to the living room and let him explore the whole house. And he was absolutely terrified. He kept going to the door, looking, like he was going to go through it, and then running around and running backwards towards his bed. But I don't suppose that's going to last for long. Pretty soon he will be out. Right. He's doing well, though. He's thriving, I would say, which is excellent. I mean, when you consider the condition he was in when we got him. So I'm going to use this lace. It's a gathered lace. And I'm going to put it, it's upside down. I'm going to put it all the way around underneath here. So as the gathered part of it is actually underneath, like that. And then you won't be able to see that grey board, and it'll add a layer of lace. How can that be wrong? So I want to start from this corner here, which is the top left. I'll just show you on the page what we're doing. So that's going to go like that. And then this lace is going to go behind it there. Like that. Okay? With me so far? That's the plan. I haven't practiced this, so I'm hoping it's right. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for this. And just want to make sure that I've got the right side up. Yeah, that's the wrong side. This is the arrow from where I'm starting. So with the gather, it does kind of go round corners relatively well. This is a new thing of Fabri-Tac, so I mean, it's like for giants. So I've never even squeezed it in anger yet. I don't know, do you have to cut the top off? No, I think there's a hole there. It's kind of giant sized.
There's definitely no hole there, I don't think.
No hole there?
No, there's something that needs poking through, I think.
Alright, okay. Just looking at this, trying to work out which is the wrong side and which is the right side. Pretty sure that's the wrong side. So I'm going to have to go that way. While Mr. F fixes my Fabri-Tac. Yeah, I think this is the way I need to go around. If you haven't got any gathered lace, don't worry, just don't worry about it. Thank you very much. Any lace that you've got will be fine. To go with this, wow, here it comes. To go with this, I would recommend, white, cream, pink. You could use a darker pink. So I'm just going around this corner just a little bit with this, and then around here. So just need to put a little gather in there.
Could you just ask why you're going that way?
Why I'm going this way?
Yeah.
Well, the lace, the right side is underneath.
Are you going around 3 sides?
No, I'm going around 4 sides.
Oh, right.
Otherwise I'd have started there.
Just wasn't sure how many sides you were going around.
No, I'm going around all. Going around all to make it look pretty. I did think about going around 3, but I thought it might look a bit odd.
Still going to get the card in.
Yeah. Right, so another corner, so pinch it again. You might have to come back and glue these pinches in, but that's fine. Then along there to there. Then along the next side. Don't think that my wallpaper is going to last long. I might have to change it quite regularly. So I'm just pinching that, forming the corner, coming along here. That's the good thing about Fabri-Tac. It does stick quickly. There we are. Now we're on to our last little bit. Along here, and just overlap the first bit by a little way. So form a pinch, come round. There we go. And I'm just going to chop that off because I've got a bit underneath it, because we started back from the corner. I've got a little bit, I can chop that there, and it all marries up quite nicely. So let's have a look at the corners and make sure that they're okay. I'm just going to add a little dot of glue under the pleat, under the pinch of the corner, just to make sure that it's not going anywhere. And this one, this could do with going up there a bit. Lovely, and just do that for all your corners. Needs a bit more glue along there. It's so big, that Fabri-Tac bottle. It's almost unmanageable. So that's stuck down there, and this one here. Lovely. Right, so they should be fine, grand and dandy, I think. And that's what we've got on this side. I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Looks really pretty. Right, so we're going to do a similar thing now, but on the front of the card. And I'm going to use some crinkled seam binding, which is, it's gorgeous, and it's a bit difficult to stick when it's crinkled, but I don't want to pull it out. Can you come in just a little bit? I seem to be a long way away. So what I'm going to do is use double-sided tape. That way I'll be able to maintain all the crinkles in it. But it's a lovely match for this. I really like it. So I think so, don't you? Do you? No? I don't know what you think, but I think it's better. People can let us know perhaps if what they think, if it's better close up or... So I'm just going to put this around all four sides. You can use glue, by all means. If you don't have double-sided, use what you've got. I'm not advocating that you need to go out and buy stuff. I'm trying to use things that I think are fairly commonplace. And by using Keong's wonderful freebie, we've cut down the need to go and buy a paper kit. So there we are. I've got that all the way around those four sides. I'm just going to get my bone folder and burnish this down. Which will give it a good contact to the card and make it much easier for me to take the release tape off. If you come to do this and your release tape doesn't want to come off, 10 to 1 on, you haven't burnished it down enough. And if you don't burnish it down, the chances are that you'll have air behind it, stuck behind it, and in the fullness of time the air will expand and your double-sided will fail. So always make sure that you burnish your double-sided down pretty well. Right, where's the corner that we're starting in? You'll see why I'm starting in a particular corner soon.
Everyone knows if you took seam binding and wet it, or did you buy it?
I bought it as it is, but I have made lots of seam binding myself, where you take a length of whatever, you smoosh down your distress inks onto a board, and then you roll your seam binding through the ink, roll it in your hands, through the ink, roll it in your hands. You end up with pretty jazzy hands. And then crinkle it like that finally. Just put an elastic band around it so it stays crinkled, and then when it's dry it comes out like this. So that way you can have any colour that you like. But I will warn you, it does dry paler than you think it's going to dry. So let's make a start here. And as I say, I don't want to lose all the crinkles. So I'm just pressing it down onto the double-sided, keeping my crinkles. Oh, it's so pretty seam binding, I love it. Coming round that corner there, pressing it down as we go, and I'm just a millimetre, I would say, over the edge of this card. Need to make a corner here. Like that. It's a cold day here today. We've actually got the fire on. It's that miserable. So that's that, and it's coming back to the double-sided bit, and I'm just going to snip that off there, like that. So there we are. We're making progress. Does that look right? Yeah, that looks fine. Now, I haven't finished with what I'm going to put around this card. And just see a bit of double-sided sticking out there, and I just want to cover it with that. I don't want to see that shiny. I probably won't actually with what I'm going to put on next. What I'm going to put on next will come as no surprise to anybody. You all know that I absolutely love flat back pearls, particularly when I'm doing shabby chic stuff. They're just perfect for it. But I've moved up a gear from my shabby chic pearls. I've moved up to shabby chic resin flat back rosettes. Now, got these from BB Crafts. It was sponsored by them, that they provided me with them as long as I used them and showed you how to use them. Well, it's not difficult for me. I mean, it's just easy peasy. I just love using them. But they were from BB Crafts. You get this massive roll of them. And there'll be a link under the video for those, these ones, should you wish to go and purchase them. They're fabulous. So what I'm going to do is put that there. I could put it there, but I'm not. I'm going to put it just there. So you can just see that seam binding. The seam binding, yes. So I'm just going to have to work out where to put them so they all fit in. I'm going to have to cut that there, I think. Let's try these first just to make sure that I can get them to fit. So that's there. Oh, they're gorgeous, aren't they? How shabby are these? Only a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6. So I'm going to cut that the same length at 8 rosettes. Put that there. And then this one needs to come in here. I'll try 4, see if that works. I think it's probably as good as I can get it, to be honest. And then 4 for the top one, for this edge here. Yeah, I mean to say, people, how lovely is this? Right, so what I'm going to do is put the glue on the back of these. And I'm going to use, what am I going to use? What am I going to use? Let's have a look through my glue cupboard, see what there is. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Don't know where my gem glue's gone. I'll use Glossy Accents because I know that it has a really strong glue capacity. I'm just putting it on the back of each of the resin roses. You could colour I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty certain you could colour these with alcohol markers. So therefore you could have any colour resin roses that you want. I like them this colour. I'm a traditionalist and I don't know, just like them, they're nice. Right, so there we are, let's press those down. Bobby loves it when the cat's in his little house because he can do what he wants, because when the cat isn't in his little house, he's been harangued with the cat falling up, you know, hanging on his tail and everything. Okay, let's get these ones on. So they're not fully over the seam binding, they're kind of half and half. If you can, where am I? There, like that. Give these a good press down as well. Let's just check this is still going to fit. Ooh, just I have to just budge that over a little bit. The Glossy Accents had started to stick. Yeah, budge it over to there. Then I think we're all right. Yeah, I'll be near enough, I'll be fine. Thing about Glossy Accents is it does not stick instantly, so be prepared to wait a while for it to properly go off. I'm just gonna go in there and try and lift some of that off because it's glossy, it's going to dry glossy. I don't want it to. There we go. So just this last one to go down. And I guess these won't be dry for probably 24 hours. They'll be dry enough to mess around with and, you know, glue the piece down and whatever. But I think the Glossy Accents itself won't be dry for, yeah, 24 hours probably. So use another glue if you've got another glue. I just haven't got one to hand at the moment. Right, so that's our Glossy Accents down, our seam binding down, our lace down. We've got, it's quite decorated, isn't it? But hang fire, it's going to be more decorated because out of one of the sheets that I cut out the 2 butterflies that were on it. I fussy cut them out. There are 2 of them. One seems to have flown the nest. No, it's here. So these are the 2 butterflies that I'm actually going to put on the top, because it's, as beautiful it is, with all this stuff on it, it's starting to look a little bit pushed into the background. So I want to just bring these, bring it forward. These butterflies are on the paper, so they're fine. And the other thing I want to do, this will give you a clue. I used a page of Kyung's paper and cut some flower dies out of it. Now the die set that I used looks like this, and it came from Ali, and it really was very inexpensive, and it cuts out 6, 7, 8, 9, cuts out 6 reasonable sized things and 3 sort of centres that I opted not to use. But I'm sure now you know what it looks like. It looks like that. I'm sure if you put flower dye or something into Ali, it would come up like that. Come up with that one, I mean to say. And I did that. I cut them all out, and this is what I got. I used Kyung's paper so they would all match. I've lost the little one. There it is. I put pink pearls in the centre of each. I went round, when they were still flat, I went round the edges with this Posca pen in gold. It's quite a thick one, and actually it would have been better if it had been thinner, but this is what I had to hand. So I just went round the edge of each of the sort of flower shapes with gold. And this is why I'm doing everything, starting and stopping in this corner, because I'm going to put flowers there, which will conceal quite a bit of the doings. So just maybe like that, I think, looks nice. And then we've got the little butterflies to put on as well. So I'm going to go around the edge of those butterflies just with the vintage photo, because they're looking a little bit lost in there. So just round the edges. I hope you're all right, and you're enjoying this, and I hope that you're all watching, and then you'll go away, print out Kyung's papers and get going, or print out papers you want to use, so you can see that much better now that I've just gone round and inked it. It's worth just taking your time to do that. There we go. So they are going to go there, like that. So, Mr. F, what's in the cart today? Oh, no, you're running over my work. Okay, so it's a crunchy. That was what you decided to have on day 1, was it, a crunchy? Oh well, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Right, so let's get these stuck down, and I'm going to use art glitter for that because it's strong and it dries quickly. So I'm going to put quite a bit on there. You can use ordinary shop bought flour. You can not use flowers at all. It's really up to you what you use. This is going to get squashed, and I know it, in Mr. Green. I know it, and it's going to make me sad. But, you know, for today at least, these are looking pretty. Right. Let's just tuck that up under there a little bit. Like that. Let's pull these forward. I did shape all these. There we go. And then just this little one maybe there. You can make multiples, you can make none. It really is up to you. I'm just going to tuck that one in under there. So there we have it. There's our flowers in place, and they do match because of the same paper. They're made of the same paper. So let's pop these little butterflies on. Thanks for including these, Kyung. They're lovely. So I'll pop this larger one down here. You could, if you wanted to, of course. Oops. Put a little jewel or something in the middle. I might do that when we've finished. See how much energy I've got left. This one just up here, flying that way. Yeah, they're definitely going to need a little pearl in them or something, aren't they? Definitely. Anyway, that's that. So we've made our thingamajig, our topper, if you like, for want of a better word. Now I need to know how thick the thickness of the tag that I'm going to put in. Stop waffling. Waffle, honestly. So I want to do it in pink. And I also have some card that I want to back it onto to give it a bit of substance. So this is just a Hobbycraft card. It's ivory. It's 225 GSM. So it's fairly heavyweight. Heavy enough for a tag. And it's a new pack. So I'll just open that. This is the cream card that I use pretty much for backing everything. I usually buy it in A3 actually. But they didn't have any, so I find there's less wastage with A3 or tabloid, I think you call it in America. With this, you know, you get one tag cut out and you're wasting some, but it's all I've got, so it's what we have to work with, isn't it? So let's see the size that we want this to be. We want it to be keep turning around, you'll get there soon. About 2 3/4 comes to there. I think that's fine. And we want it, I'm going to have to put it in the book too. I'm going to have to write this down on somewhere. Because you know I'll forget. 2 3/4 by. Right, let's put this into the book and see how far we want it to come out. I've buried the book. Come on, Mr. Green. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look so pretty? Right, I want it from about there. 6. I might have to move that back a little bit to about there to allow me some room for the tag. I don't mind if it comes out the side, the ribbons and stuff, but I don't want that actual tag too. So that's about 6 3/4. 6 3/4. So let's cut a bit of card out that size and see if we're doing. What did I say? 6 3/4. See what I mean? Honestly, I don't retain things. So let's get the Timmy trimmer out and cut 2 3/4, which is there. Make sure it's kind of straight. Gosh, that looks narrow, doesn't it? Anyway, let's see. Let's see what we shall see. So if that was glued down, could I get that in there? Yeah, no problem. Have I got room for more? Maybe, but I'm not going to push it. I probably could get 3 actually. Let's have another look. Let's just check on it. 3's too tight, so I'm going with 2 3/4. It'll be fine. And I want it. I'm going to have to get my board out because the Timmy trimmer only cuts up to 6 inches. I wish it cut longer, but then it would be bigger and it'd be cumbersome, and I'd be moaning about that. Was your crunchy nice?
Delicious.
Delicious.
Bring on tomorrow.
Oh, have you got tomorrow sorted out already?
No.
No. I was going to say, because you'll eat it through in this evening. I think I might have moved that there when I was cutting it. Let's just check. I think it's okay. It's not too bad. Right. Okay. So let's just see what we shall see. So that's kind of going to go there. This is going to go in there. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's it. It's right at the end there. No, that's it. Right at the end. Perfect. That's perfect. It's exactly. I don't know how to speak anymore. Oh, let's have a drink, shall we? I'm off the gin and orange for the moment. Want a rum and coke now? Yeah, rum and coke. Pep you up nicely. So I don't want to leave this just pure cream. It's nice, nothing wrong with cream, but I want to use this nice pink card. So all I'm going to do is stick that onto there and then cut it out. So nothing hard in that. This is narrower than I thought it was going to end up, to be honest with you. But you know, it is what it is. Because, to be honest, this is the only bit of journaling in the whole page. Oh dear. So yeah, it's a junk journal, but don't go mad with the journaling. I mean, you could. I've shown you lots of different ways of adding journaling to tags before, so you could make more journaling if you wanted. I'm not going to the edge of that because I find it really difficult cutting it out. I've got glue on that. Okay. Just make sure it's affixed before we cut it out. Remind me at the end of this that I have to roll for tomorrow's designer, because it feels like the sort of thing that I might forget. So I'm just telling everybody generally, please remind me. So right, let's just cut this out. And it'll be sturdy enough to make a tag with, and yet it won't be so thick that we can't get it in the sort of place that we left for it. Okay, there we are. So now we have a nice pink tag. I haven't cut the tag shape into it yet. And there's something else I want to do to it. I have looked out my, somewhere here, my Tim Holtz stamps that are called Flourish. No, they're not. They're called Scroll Work. I don't know where I got Flourish from. I think he's got a stencil that's called Flourish. I haven't got it. Right, and I want to just stamp these onto here and emboss them. That's the plan. So I've got a piece of paper for my embossing powder. Are you impressed at my readiness? We haven't finished yet. It could all go wrong. Right, so here's my embossing pad. Here's my embossing anti-static bag. What else do I need? I need, I'm using gold because I've used gold around the flowers, so I thought it would kind of match up. Right, so first thing to do, I guess, is stamp the stamps.
We have a couple of people watching from work who shouldn't be.
Is Jen one of them?
Let's just say there's somebody, Jet Eclair and Eric Precopial.
Hi Eric. Hi, what was the first name of the other one?
Jet.
Hi, Jet. Hi, Eric.
Jetty Claire.
That sounds like a drag queen's name.
If the dress fits.
Doesn't it, though? Right, I haven't got a really big stamping platform, so I've got a stamping platform. I don't know why I said that. Stamping block. So I'm going to use this one here, which is not a stamping block. It's a quilting ruler. I've gone all mad. I think it's because Jet and Eric are watching. So I'm just going to place these in a pretty patternish sort of way. I do like these stamps. They're pretty. And I wonder if I need one at the top, possibly. Possibly, yeah. Let's just push that down a bit. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that, I think. I think so. Right, so, oh, I put them the wrong way up. What's wrong with me? Why is everybody laughing? Oh dear. Because of the
Jetty Claire.
Jetty Claire. Jet Eclair. I'm going to scrub those anyway, and I'm going to get one bigger stamp that I'm going to put there because I quite like that. And let's see what else I can fit in around it, shall we? It doesn't matter if I go off the page. The tag. I'm not fussed about that. I just want a nice pattern on it. Let's hope Jet Eclair doesn't get the boot.
She'd have to perform in shoe.
Or Eric, I mean, you know. Right, that's right now, I think. I think I'm happy with that now. So I'm going to see if I can pick them all up with this. Yay! And then I'm going to ink them up, which is not ink. This is not ink. It's an embossing thing. But we all tend to call it ink, don't we? So make sure that you cover your stamps well. It doesn't really matter if they're not the world's best stamp. It's more a feeling rather than perfection. Having said that, I'm stamping the living daylights out of them. Right, let's just pop that shut. Oh, I haven't done my bag, my anti-static bag. I'm just going to go over this. I always forget to use this, and then I'm always sorry that I've forgotten. Right, so let's get these on here then. About there, I'd say. Oh, too far up, but it doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Right, let's give these a good push down. And I'll tell you, with my weight behind it, they'd be brave to argue. Worn out with that. So let's get this on.
Braver than me.
Yeah, braver than you. I actually laid out in preparation for this that embossing pad that I've got and some clear embossing stuff. And then it dawned on me, it's not really going to give the best result. Right, I think we've got everywhere covered. Do the finger dance, as Tim says. Oh, look at that. How pretty is that? Right, let's get this put away before disaster strikes. I mean, we've been pretty disastrousless today, to be honest. We have. Right. Let's do it. Let's get this heated up and embossed. Let's just warm this up first. Everybody always says that. I don't know why they say it, but I'm going to do it because everybody else does it. Let's get that glitter off there. Right, let's go. I suspect this is the sort of thing that Jet and Eric do frequently, you know, with all the bling and stuff they need. Come on, go. What's wrong with you? That's it, it's starting to go. Took its own sweet time, didn't it? I don't know if you can see that going, but it's fabulous. It's one of my favourite things to watch. It's like magic every time. Doesn't go very quickly, this stuff, I'll tell you. But it is going, so we're alright. What's that done? Just a little bit here. That's it. Yeah. Oh no, this bit there. Okay, phew, we're done. How pretty is that? It's just so pretty. Right, they need to be washed really. Thanks, Mr. And I'm going to cut this into a tag shape. I put my little anti-static bag away that Nancy so kindly sent me. And, right, this is all full there, so I'm going to actually take my corners off that, the side that isn't quite so full. And I'm going to use quite small, the smallest size I've got. I have this, this is just a piece of square plastic, and Mr. F just cut me 4 different angles off, so I can use it to get, as I'll show you in a moment, the same angle on both sides. So let's just square that up and cut it off, and then if you just turn it right over like that, you'll get the same angle on the other side. Make sure it's square to the edge and square to the top, and then cut it off, and all will be good. There we go. Right. Lovely. So, and what I need now is a hole to put. I probably need to ink around that actually. I think it would look nicer with just a very, very light inking. That gold, although it took its time to go, it's really, really lovely. So yeah, just the lightest of inking, just to vintage it up a bit. Oh, this tag, if nothing else on this page, this tag looks shabby chic. Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
So there we are. I don't know if you can see the difference that's made. It's just made it look a bit more, well, shabby. Shabby. So let's get my, oh, if I can reach, yeah. Whew, that was a stretch. My hole maker, and I'm just going to mark where the centre is. If you've got straight eyes, then you can probably do this without this, but I just can't. I'd end up in the wrong place. So let's just make that hole there. Lovely. And I'm going to put a gold eyelet in it. It doesn't need it. I mean, how much wear is this tag ever going to see? But I'm going to put it in anyway, because I want to, because it'll go with the gold. So just pop that through. Like that. and squish it down. Let's have a look. Another little bit of squishiness needed. That's lovely. That can go away now. Right, so I guess what we need to do now, we've given that, let me just put these away out of trouble, out of harm's way. It's a nice set, this, a very, very nice set.
Invited Janya, she's got to go.
Oh, Janya, that's awful. Goodbye. Be safe.
And Karen's just joined us.
Karen, hello Karen. How is everybody anyway? How are you, Noella? How you doing? And Gonnie? And Deborah. Hello Deborah, it's so nice to have you with us. I haven't done a roll call today. Hello Judy, and lovely Violet, and Flo. Oh, I can see all my friends there. Oh, it's so nice, so comforting. Yeah, I guess the thing that really we ought to be doing is sticking this down, isn't it? I've been prevaricating, but I think the time has come. So, shall I stick it down with double-sided? That is the question. I think I will, actually. I can always use a little bit of art glitter on top of it, but let me just see. Are my eyes straight enough to be able to gauge where this needs to go? That is the question. I think it's about there. So let's just lift its petticoats up and put a little line along there where the double-sided's going to go. It does look like petticoats. It's not just me. It does look like petticoats. Well, maybe it is just me. I don't know. I mean, we're dealing with Eric and Jet, so who knows? Right, and that's the front there. I don't want to come any further forward than that. Right, let's try a bit of double-sided. I have got marks. They're not brilliant, but they are there. I'm going to put it onto this. That was the plan, wasn't it? So this is the no side, isn't it? Yes. So let's just put some double-sided on over the grey board that we put on. Like I say, you can use ordinary wet glue, whatever you happen to have that does the job. We get transfixed by glues. You know, what glue are you using? How long does it take to dry? And does it cockle your paper? Basically, most glues will do. We just get so snobby about glues. And we watch people doing videos and they're using this glue or that glue. Oh, I need that glue. You don't. 10 to 1 on, you don't. So burnish your double-sided down, as I told you before, for all those good reasons. I can hear that cracking, that's it, which means it's got air under it. So right, what I'm going to do is take one side off, then I'm going to get fancy. I'm going to take one side just off a little bit and fold it over like that, so I can grab it when I need to, and this side off a little way and grab that when I need to. Okay, that's the plan. So I've got one side, I've taken the release tape off completely, and these two I've just taken sort of 1/2 inch and bent them back so I can reach them, but they're not going to stick all the way. Right, let's see then. See what we can do here. It's kind of tricky with all these petticoats around. So that's going to go to there, I think. And it's going to go to there. Does that look something like straight? Let's have a look and just check that that looks straight. I think that's pretty straight. So let's stick that one down. That's the one that's got no release tape on. For a moment there I thought I think I might have mucked up. Have I mucked up? Where's my release tape? Oh, it's squished underneath. That wasn't what I had in mind. There we are, so I can take that off. Now I've got that, it's definitely on yet. And this one. So hold it down, pull your release tape off. Don't tear it like I've just done, that's not what you want to do. That didn't work out so well. Just when I was saying we hadn't had a muck up. And what happens? I don't know where it's got. Have I got all of it? No, I don't know, can't see. No, there's still a bit there, I think. That's it. Well, that was supposed to go more smoothly than that. It was supposed to make me look good, but it didn't. Right, there we are. Let's just check that this actually fits. It goes in there. Oh, beautifully. Yeah, lovely. Success. So I just want to dress this tag up now like it's ready for a party. And I'm going to use, well, I've got my seam binding which will match everything together. I've got some thin sort of shoelace type satin ribbon. I've got some cream which does match the butterflies. I've got some white that might match the whole thing rather better. I think that might be all I laid out. That's all I laid out, so that's our choices. Right, I'm going to, shall I use the cream? Oh, can't see. You can't see for my fat head. There we are, you can see now. So that's going to go there. So should I use the cream, the white? I quite like cream and white together actually. I might use both of those and tie it with this. That's what I'm going to do. It's exactly what I'm going to do. So how much do I need? About that much. Let's just push this through the O. Like that. So once again, just to be sure that everybody's clear, you don't have to use the paper that I'm using. You don't have to do any of this that I'm doing. Or you can pick out the bits that you quite like and, you know, do it with a different paper. Or you can do shabby chic, because that's the prompt for today. So you've kind of got to do shabby chic. But you can do it in any which way you like. And I mean, there are just a gazillion ways of doing shabby chic. I've kind of gone over the top a bit with mine. but then why wouldn't I? I'm just trying to give you ideas. You can pick little bits out of this. So there we are, we've got that. I quite like that. That's nice. And I'm just going to tie it, I think, with the pink shoelace satin. So Jean, where are your hands? These are hands that Jean sent me, and they're to keep a journal open whilst you photograph it or whatever. But they are so handy for this. Handy! Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to cut off what I need to make a bow. Probably too much. I always seem to manage to cut too much off. And I'm going to tie a double knot in that because there's quite a bit of lace in there. There we are, and just a bow. Don't want it that big. I'm going to put a dot of glue on there as well, actually, just because it's the first page and we're going to be thumbing through it, you know, all the time, really. So, Jean, get off. So my art glitter glue, wherever it's gone, here it is. I'm just going to put a tiny little drop just under the knot of the bow. If you can hear that noise, it's Bobby snoring, making the most of the cat being in his little house. Let's press that down and it'll take. So then all we've got to do, all that's left, is to push our little tag into place, and there we have it. What do you think? I mean, do you like it or not? Do you like it, Mr. F?
I think it's really pretty.
It's exceptionally pretty. It's like pretty overload. It's probably too pretty. Do you think it's too pretty?
No. We could quit while we're ahead, mind.
I'm quitting. I'm quitting at this stage. So what we've done today is probably the most difficult thing for you to do.
Date.
Oh, the date. Is to resize your paper to the size that you want, depending on your technical abilities, really. Date. I'm looking for a little pen. This will do. So the date today is very easy. It's the 1st of September. And I'm gonna write it in this time. Last time I did all sorts of crazy things, but I'm literally just gonna write it in, and I might just write it up there actually. 1st of September 2021. So there we have that. Yeah, so what we did was we resized a piece of paper, stuck it down, inked around the edges gently. Then we took another piece, stuck it onto a piece of card and put some grey board strips behind it to give it some 3D and to allow us to get this tag under it. Then we really frillied this up with some lace, some seam binding, and these just gorgeous resin flatback roses. I added some handmade flowers, fussy cut 2 butterflies out of Keung's page, and we made a tag to go in it and put some pretty laces in there. And that, my friends, is actually that. But we have to roll the dice. I hope you like it. I hope I haven't put you off on day one. I mean, yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of it. But I kind of just love pretty. I just do. So
That's why you're with me.
Victoria Bates, fabulous first page, super duper pretty and gorgeous paper, Keung. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you so much. And thank you, Michelle and Noella and Nancy and Mardell and Deborah. Great start, Fiona. Yeah, do you get the feeling it can only go one way from here? Anyway, look, let's roll the dice. I like this part. I like rolling the dice. I got used to it in the roller prompt. Where's my pen? My pen, I just had it to write a date. Here it is. Oh, it's a pencil I need, actually. Right, let's roll this sucker. See what we get. 5. Liana Scrap. Okay, so I'm going to make a mark down there. Liana Scrap does some very nice botanic. She does lots of nice papers, and they're not expensive. But she actually does an awful lot that are botanic, nature, that side of things. So, you know, maybe that's the way I'll go. Maybe it isn't. But, you know, there is nature there. There's also insects and fungi. So I'll let you know tomorrow what I've decided. I might actually just put a post on the group later on this evening when I've decided what I'm going to do. Okay. enjoyed today. I've absolutely loved being back with you. I love to look up and see the names of my friends and you know, our family, and that's what it feels like. It's really nice to be back. Thank you, Lena. I hope the weather's okay in Denmark. Nancy likes the element of surprise. She likes jeopardy, does Nancy? Okay, so that's me done for today. A really, really pretty tag. I really like that. And tomorrow will be something that's just not as like somebody's just vomited pretty all over the page. I'll see you soon, guys. Please take care of yourselves and your families and behave yourselves. And see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.